Hello and welcome to today's video. So today we're taking on Brentford in League 2. We were quite disappointed after that Charlton loss on Wednesday. But today is Saturday. Well, by the time this video comes out, it will be Saturday. And we've got to just get back to business in the league. So here we are at the table, as you can see. 3 points off the top. Very early in the season. So yeah, I'll stick with those colours. We're going to get underway this game against Brentford. Bring those ticket prices down. I'll give it low price tickets, after that defeat. So today I'm going to be discussing, I'm just going to lower the telly a bit. The telly, that's what we say in Ireland. Well, some of us do. So today I'm going to be discussing human missions to Mars. So who's going to get there first and when? That's a question that people have been asking for quite some time now. And, there's been for so long, for decades and decades and generations, there's been all these proposals of Mars missions, really gone back to like the 50s and 60s, maybe even earlier. Well, of course, there's been, visions of it in the form of science fiction and so on, but in terms of like serious programs and plans, kind of goes back to the mid 20th century, really, I suppose. And actually, if you're really interested in space exploration, I'm sure many of you have heard of Michio Kaku. I'm reading his book at the moment, The Future of Humanity. It's a really interesting book. A lot to do with space exploration and the likes, and how progress throughout the local star system, i.e. the solar system, and the galaxy and the universe at large, of course, and even the multiverse. I think, although I haven't actually got that far, perhaps he does discuss that as well. But yeah, who's going to get there first? I mean, in future history, in the last few seasons, I've had China get there first. I mean, if you had to guess, I feel like a country would be more likely to get there first, because they can have limitless expenses at their disposal. Private space companies are reliant on limited funds, but then government funding isn't as reliable these days for space agencies, and they aren't getting the sort of funding that they would have they would like, and NASA's kind of dipped off in many ways, and a lot of people felt quite disappointed with NASA and nowadays. Now there is a new renewed lunar program, of course, coming up, and there is plans to send humans back to the moon by NASA in the 2020s, so that might revitalize things. So perhaps this could be a turning point, or perhaps it could be more false promises. Of course, not a bad shot. It's not Buffon in goal, it's Burton in goal. Here's an opportunity now. Symes. He's my favourite player, don't tell anyone though. Well, Gibbs is he's quite good as well though. Gibbs is a Symes of the future, perhaps. So it's hard to know, one thing I've kind of noticed as well, looking back on older episodes of Future History, is like in older seasons of it, it's like what you kind of anticipate for the future often is, very much shaped by what's in your mind at the time. It's very hard to have a truly objective perspective, and that's something I'd love to achieve more of with Future History, to have not be too influenced by, a lot of people, when they're trying to predict the future, like at the time Mars 1 was believed, and was there was hype around it, and there was people thought like this could be legit, before it turned out to be a lot of nonsense, really. At that time, then people were, if you'd find a lot of videos on YouTube where it's like predictions of the future include Mars 1 landing, missions on Mars. This is something I've thought about in terms of like how we can be easily shaped by just what we happen to hear about at the time. So you have to sort of question other predictions, and the anticipations that you have. You have to sort of say, well, a lot of things. Oh, okay, this is not going to be easy. Right now, I'm anticipating that they'll score a goal, and the goalkeeper's out, and oh my God, how he did everything to get back, but then I didn't realize that there was a player standing right there, ready for the ball to smash him in the face, so it could go in. If I just walked away with the ball, it would have been fine. That is a truly ridiculous goal. I mean, that is just preposterous, really. I mean, like, what the preposterous? That's very posh. And I'm not posh. Yeah, but anyway, so I really want to kind of, we have to think about it more objectively, because, right now there's a temptation to think SpaceX, they're going to be the future. And they might well be. They seem more promising, and there's more evidence to back that up than, certainly if the Mars One ever was. Are we getting caught in hype, or is this the beginning of a turning point in which private space companies can become the pioneers of the future in space exploration? Because they're not really quite at that stage yet. It is government-funded agencies that are still leading the way in terms of direct space exploration. But private space companies definitely have the most momentum behind them at the moment, it seems. In China, though, to a certain extent, they got the first lander on the dark side of the moon, so that was a big achievement, obviously, and that that gives them some more momentum. So NASA needs to get some momentum back, and I do wonder, though, this lunar program, if it does go ahead and if it does happen, if there is humans on Mars in the 2020s, that will be a massive game changer. Because it's like, you take that first step, of course, in slight reflection of the quote of Neil Armstrong there. You take that first step forward, and you say we've actually landed humans on another world for the first time in the 21st century, and for the first time in it'll be 55 years then, or quite a long time. So it will be a big deal. We really shouldn't be losing this game. That goal was just absurd. Like, what? Like, how even does that even happen? Free kick. I might make a change soon. But yeah, I mean, am I going to have a shot now? Because he can score some goals, but 9 times out of 10 he doesn't from free kicks. In other words, 9 times out of 10 I don't score from free kicks. But let's hope this time is lucky. Oh, it is! It is! It is! It's 1-1. What a goal! Yes. Yes. That is brilliant. And what's happened here now? Alright, it's up again. Yay, Brentford is unhappy. I kind of like Brentford, though. I've always kind of had a soft spot for them. I don't know why. Not many people have soft spots for small English football clubs, but I like Doncaster. I like them as well. I remember they went well when it was the Carling Cup years ago. 2005 was it, I think. Anyway, yeah, so what a goal. Yes, beautiful. 1-1. Right, okay. Yeah, let's go on and win this game now. I'm very happy with that now. So, come on, defence. Good defending. That's what we need. We're playing better now, I think. We're getting the confidence, that momentum. The pressure is heaped onto Brentford now. As much as I've had a soft spot for Brentford, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to try win today. So yeah, I mean, that could be a massive game changer. So that's something to think about. What are the consequences and then what are the consequences of that? If NASA does land humans on the moon in the 2020s and before any other country, presumably, because honestly, I don't see enough momentum or motivation at the moment from the likes of Russia or even from China to land humans on the moon at the moment. They have aspirational goals, but NASA is, despite lacking that sort of sense of being like the innovative visionaries of space exploration leading the way, even though they've lost a lot of that, it's still something they can get back if they want to, and obviously with the help of the US government, of course, and that's what they could do. But then of course it makes you wonder, well, if they do that, free kick, all right, substitution time, if they do that, then what happens to other countries? Do they say, oh crap, we've really got to step it up now. We can't just talk about aspirational goals. What does, well, presumably Putin will still be in charge by then, although you just don't know. Xi Jinping probably will be, so hypothetical future Russian leader, whoever it is, and then Xi Jinping, like how do they respond to, I'm just trying to find, I don't have any defensive substitutes to bring on, which is stupid. I'll just put Weir in there because I don't know what else to do. I'll bring on McGurk. No. What am I doing? Sorry. Stressing myself out now. Okay, yeah. So then Pono will go off for Gibbs, and then McGurk will come on for. I'm going to take Simons off. Great player, but he's quite tired. I press buttons a lot when I'm playing this game. I get quite eager, especially when I want to win a match. I talk quite fast too. Okay, alright, that'll do. No worries. Although we still need to be quite pushing up now because we do want to get the win. Oh, that's a good run by Phillips. Well done. And Pono, key. And that's through to Ho. Gotta try to get some space out there. Oh. No, crossing it in often doesn't work, but let's see what we can do here. I did left it too late, but here come. Oh, So how will those countries respond, and will they respond adequately enough? Will it, or will NASA sort of reach the moon and say, okay, that'll do, basically, and then kind of give up on it? Will we see a real space race take off? That's what I'm kind of wondering. Will we see, maybe China versus the US? Will we see them sort of all of a sudden it's becoming really like the space race of the Cold War? Maybe not with as much military conflict or military standoff, as exists in the Cold War. Hopefully not, but Okay, well, my camera went dead, so it's back now though, and oh god. I didn't know where we left off. But I didn't score. Yeah, I was basically just saying, like, well, I kind of concluded the point of what I was saying. Basically, an overall summary is who's going to get to Mars first. To be honest, if I really had to put money on it, I'd say NASA. To be honest, I think they have the best chance of doing it. SpaceX could do it. There could be an unexpected turn as well. You could have a collection of private space companies coming together. You could have a multinational effort. All of these are possibilities, but there's no specific evidence pointing towards, those sort of coalitions or collectives working together at the moment. There's the possibility of it, but it's just too soon to know. Now, when will it take place? Some people think it will take place in the 2020s. I'd be surprised. I'd be delighted if it did happen. It'd be great to see it happen that soon. But honestly, do I think it's likely to happen in the 2020s? No, I don't. When do I think it will probably happen? 2030s or 2040s I think is realistic. Look, there's always a possibility it could happen in the 2060s for all we know, and we're all left disappointed thinking, oh wow, back then they thought it was going to happen much sooner. This just looks like it's going to be 1-1. See, that's what expectations versus reality is like. And it could be the same at Mars, but yeah, it's all over. It's 1-1. But look, who will get to Mars first? Who knows? But when will it happen? Let's hope it happens sooner rather than later. I'm going to say NASA 2035. Alright, that'll do for now, and I'll see you again next time.